Hey, it's AMem, and we're back at it again with another AMem Rants. I haven't done one of these in a while, but today we're going to be talking about lifesteal. Right now, lifesteal is just horrible, and it has ruined the price of multiple items. For example, the Flower of Truth. The Flower of Truth has went down basically 10 million coins because of the nerf to lifesteal. Anyways, I think lifesteal needs to be buffed. Right now, lifesteal has a 0.5% heal. You get that much of heal every time you hit a mob. 0.5% is way too little because it was basically 100%, which is way too much. Everyone knows that. But 0.5% is way too little. And for it to be more balanced, it basically just makes floor 6 impossible if you don't have overpowered items. That's basically the only way you can beat floor 6, which is not a good thing. That's really not a good thing. So what they really need to do is make lifesteal more balanced, because 0.5% is not balanced at all. A balanced amount of lifesteal would be something like 5%, maybe, no, more like 3%, 4%, maybe even 5%. That is more of a balanced lifesteal. And the thing with a lifesteal is that if you can't heal enough, you're gonna die really quickly, and it makes floor 6 20 times harder. And of course, floor 6 should be hard, but it shouldn't be basically harder than every other level that isn't master. Because I've never done floor 7, but my assumption is that floor 6 at its end stage is harder than floor 7. I might be wrong on this, but I think that some people who have played floor 7 would agree with that statement, because floor 6 is just astronomically hard. And when you can barely heal, it makes healer berserk healer basically not even useless, but it makes the healer class essential, and berserker healer a very bad class. Because if you're berserker healer, you're doing damage, yes, but you need to heal your team so much that not only are you gonna die, but all your teammates are gonna die. And it just makes variating healer basically useless, because no healer that is a mix of berserk and healer is going to be able to heal their teammates enough. And that is a huge problem for every healer, because it just makes it harder in general. And it makes it completely stupid and idiotic if someone is willing to spend the money, the coins, not the money, on becoming a berserker healer. And every berserker healer that was a berserker healer before this update gets completely screwed over. And that's not a good thing. It really isn't. And it makes berserk class even more useless than it already was. It's a crazy thing to think about, but it's honestly true. Because with lifesteal being so low, it makes healer a more essential class, which is obviously needed, but at that cost, it makes other classes worse. And that is exactly what we don't need, because even though 4 classes are now going to be good, you can't variate one of those. You can't basically. You can variate to become a berserker mage, but who's gonna actually do that? People will actually become berserker healers because being a regular healer, you're not gonna do much damage. And berserker healer makes you actually produce doing more damage, which is something that's kind of essential because everyone needs to be able to do some good amount of damage. And only being able to do a slight amount of damage, but heal a crap ton is not really balanced. And the thing that Dungeons needs is to be balanced. And with this, the update, I know I'm really late on this and talking about this really late because this came out a while ago. It is gonna be not only making master levels harder because there's gonna have to be a healer most likely. It's just gonna make dungeons 20 times harder, which doesn't need to be needed because the only thing, I'm not saying dungeons needs to be easy, but I'm saying that dungeons does not need to be how just stupid and hard it already is. And it makes absolutely no logic. Zero logic for it to work that way. So yeah. Hope you understand where I'm coming from. If you don't, you don't. But anyways, we're gonna just time lapse the rest of the video. Alright, well, hope you enjoyed the video and see where I'm coming from. With that, this is AMem signing